let's keep the Michigan football fan rumors going. Going to dig into some Michigan football player and maybe some transfer rumors that people tossed my way. Want to find out what you guys are hearing out there in the Michigan football team. Reach out to my sources. Figure out if there's any validity to the rumors you guys are hearing. So let's dig into rumor number one on the Michigan football team. This is from Frog at Frogagander. Is that how you pronounce that? Frogagander. That's a pretty cool name. Miles Sims, the Green brothers from the state of Texas, are transferring after this year. Heard that from a blog poster who claims to have a source or two. Well, hey, blog posters with sources are some of the most reputable people on the internet, but in this situation, I'm not buying this one. I'm going to get one Harbaugh head that all three of these guys are transferring. And why? Well, I think they've all got a really good chance of playing next year, and Miles Sims might have a really good chance of playing a lot and not burning his red shirt in the bowl game. So I know they're out of town, they're out of state guys. The Green Twins, three-star cornerback, three-star safety from Texas, and of course Miles Sims, Spider as they call him. He was committed to Michigan forever. We all know his high school teammate spurned Michigan. Or no, I'm sorry, I take that back. That's Aubrey Solomon. But nevertheless, from Georgia, I don't think they're going to transfer and not be able to play college football till their third year with the opportunity they have in front of them to play a ton in 2019. So I'm only giving this one Harbaugh head, but hey, Frog, if you want to DM me, tell me anything more you're hearing, I'll keep looking into it. But from what I put the word out, I heard there's not a ton of validity that Sims is prepping for the bowl game like he's going to get a lot of snaps. So we'll see what happens with this one. Next Michigan football rumor. This guy, DNorris at DNorris11, saying there is a locker room rift between the coaches and players. Some of this is why more players will sit out the bowl game. And so we're filming this Wednesday night. You're probably watching it on Friday or Saturday as we're releasing these, daily, these segments from Michigan football fan rumors. And there's some validity to this. Look, two Harbaugh heads. I know for a fact Jim Harbaugh, who loves football players, who loves guys who want to play football, is not going to be a fan with 5-6 starters of his sitting out the bowl game with multiple players thinking of transferring and getting kicked off the team. So I don't think it's as lovely of an environment in the Michigan football locker room as they might want you to think these days. So there's certainly some validity to this. Given it two Harbaugh heads, don't have any exact examples, but I've been told things that like a bunch of freshmen upset about playing time, losing out playing time to older guys who weren't as good, things like that. Heard them things on Tariq Black. We're not really going to talk about that one too much this week as I don't have a ton of information, but I've gotten a lot of people asking me about Tariq Black, even Aubrey Solomon, guys who were starters that they may be looking to transfer because they lost their starting spot. Tariq Black was sitting when Jake McCurry, a walk-on, was getting snapped for Ohio State. I don't really get that one. Aubrey Solomon got injured, didn't really retain his starting spot when he came back, lost that one out to Carlo Kemp and other guys. So that is two Harbaugh heads. Certainly with any large organization, you have different priorities, so keep an eye out for this one. Could be a lot of more transfers this offseason than we would normally expect from the Michigan football team coming after a ton of transfers over the last year, early 2018, late 2017. So that is the word from DNorris, DrewNorris11 on Twitter. Reminder to you guys, if you saw the last few versions of these Michigan football fan rumors, then you would have seen this promo. It is the best promo we have ever offered. The free Michigan gear for the holidays. Chat Sports, Bet DSI, hooking you up to bet on sports and give you some Michigan football gear. Chatsports.com/bet. Santa Claus Jimmy, Uncle Jimmy, promo code GoBlue. I went and fought for this promo for you guys. They weren't trying to give it to us, but sign up and deposit with Bet DSI. DM me on Twitter, and you will not only get one of those jerseys or the Michigan football maize and blue, black and baseball style shirt, you also get a 120% deposit bonus if you use that promo code GoBlue. Chatsports.com/bet. If you're watching on YouTube, I know you Facebook people watching as well. Watching YouTube, scroll down. You can click the link right there. Click me on Twitter to DM me. Facebook, I'm going to put it in the comments section so there'll be no messing up. Make sure no space in that GoBlue. Sign up for deposit. DM me on Twitter. We will send you the Michigan football jersey or baseball shirt, and you'll get that 120% deposit bonus, hooking you up this holiday season. Chat Sports and Bet DSI. Travis Britko says Brandon Peters would strongly consider transferring next year, and this is one with a lot of validity to this one. Got to give this one. We'll give this one 3 Harbaugh heads in this one. There, 3 Harbaugh heads. I haven't, I'd kind of lean towards 4 Harbaugh heads on this one, but I wouldn't do that until I've got to confirm, like, hey, this is the date he's going to announce it. This is where he's going to go. Don't really have that information yet on Brandon Peters, but this is what I do know is that he is graduating in 3 years. So he will have the opportunity to leave Michigan after this school year and go play anywhere he wants next season and have 2 years of eligibility. We all remember he enrolled early in the 2016 class, came January of 2016, and so he's been on Michigan's campus for 3 years. By the time spring comes on, 3.5 years with 4 summers mixed in there, summer 16, 17, 18, I guess 3 summers. That's a lot of schooling. He will graduate and be a 2-year grad transfer, kind of like Joe Burrow's down at LSU, can start for 2 years. Look for Brandon Peters. Could he be in a Big Ten quarterback? Indiana, Purdue, I don't know, Minnesota. You never know. He is an Indiana kid. So that is the word on Brandon Peters. I don't think he'll be a member of this Michigan football team next year. Want to ask you guys this question, piggybacking on that. It's not going to be Brandon Peters, but who will be Michigan's starting quarterback in 2019? For those of you watching on the new Michigan Football Report YouTube channel, comment below. Let's get this community fired up on the Michigan Wolverines by Chat Sports Facebook page. Comment below. Who's going to be Michigan starting quarterback in 2019? Shea Patterson returning for a second year? Dylan McCaffrey if Shea leaves, or could he beat him out? Joe Milton looked pretty good in a couple plays against Ohio State. Heck, maybe the young gun Cade McNamara could come in and put an end to all those guys' quarterbacks' careers at Michigan. Comment below, Michigan starting quarterback 2019. Brian Monnig at Brian MONNIG on Twitter asked me, is there any news about Michigan and a possible new offensive coordinator? Oh yeah, this is starting to heat up, baby, this offensive coordinator news. I told you on Wednesday that Harbaugh is listening, is asking around with people, former colleagues of his, who I should look at if I want to make a move. Jim McElwain already gone. Could Pep Hamilton be on the move, taking a head coaching job at maybe a lower level school, potentially a group of 5 school, you never know. Jedd Fisch, Cale Gundy, Mike Yurcich, Brian Wright from Toledo, and Shane Waldron. You see 2 Rams coaches involved in their passing game there. Jedd Fisch, Michigan's passing game coordinator in 15 and 16. I actually think that's the top candidate, and I don't think it's too far-fetched to think that Jim Harbaugh would try and reconcile what we were told was a fractured relationship to try and get Fisch in that Rams passing game and I guess really running game up to Ann Arbor. Some other lesser likely names to consider: Kendall Briles, the OC at Houston; Charlie Weiss Jr., the 25-year-old young gunner at FAU with Lane Kiffin; Larry Fedora; Mike Johnson, wide receivers coach at Oregon; and Tavita Pritchard, the 30-year-old offensive coordinator at Stanford, played quarterback there under Jim Harbaugh. So those are the options for Jim Harbaugh. I believe the top 10 options if he goes out and gets an offensive coordinator outside of the current Michigan football staff. YouTube, you're watching right now. Do me a favor. We're at 500 subscribers, brand new channel. Just put a few highlights up, some random stuff. Now we're going to get this bad boy going. Scroll down, hit subscribe. So every time you hit YouTube, you will know when the Michigan Football Report has new content. This show here is exclusively on YouTube on the Michigan Football Report page channel. We are not putting it on Main Chat Sports, so this is our first jump into exclusive content. And so I'm putting a lot more stuff on here. If you're watching on YouTube, watch it on Facebook Live. There's the URL. It'll drop you right onto the channel on YouTube. It's a redirect. We make it easy for you. chatsports.com/MichiganTV. Drop you onto YouTube. Press subscribe. Once we get to 1,000, you're going to see a lot of things change when it comes to this YouTube channel. Ben Pursell, at Pursell Ben. I guess we got that at symbol reversed, or maybe he's from the future where the at symbols are after the usernames. I don't know if it would happen there. Kind of a funny thing, but nevertheless, will Michigan hire Jedd Fisch? You see, for you guys, we're stacking these questions together. As you can see, a lot of people hear the same rumors. They're hanging out on the same message boards. They're hanging out on Reddit, Facebook groups. As one guy said, the water cooler at work. So, Ben Pursell, will Michigan hire Jedd Fisch? I'm giving it 1 Harbaugh head, right? Like, I don't know, because I was told there was some beef when he was there in 15-16, that him and Tim Drevno didn't see eye to eye, that was the reason he pursued the UCLA job, even though Jim Mora, UCLA OC job, even though Jim Mora was on the hot seat and it was only a 1-year thing. But Tim Drevno's not here anymore. Tim Drevno was not the offensive coordinator. Could Jim Harbaugh, rehabilitate that relationship, get Jedd Fisch, who's learned from the best in the game, Sean McVay there with the Rams this season. I don't know. I'm going to want Harbaugh ahead because of what I've heard in the past, but if Jim Harbaugh brings in Jedd Fisch, I think it's a really nice step in the right direction. All right, another rumor coming up here from Jeff Shufelt on Twitter, at Jeff_Shufelt. He is going to, I'm not sure if this is much of a rumor as much of it is a rant here on Twitter. He's basically saying, rumor has it we are back to the Lloyd Carr days where we'll win 8 to 11 games a year and be 500 with OSU. I guess if we're lucky, Lloyd Carr ended on a 4-game losing streak after dominating Ohio State early in his career as Michigan's head coach. What can Coach do, Coach being Jim Harbaugh, to be not a normal Michigan team and play for the national championship every year, year after year? Well, I think it just really comes down to two things. I think it comes down to higher level recruiting. Michigan's done very well, but they're a couple players away from, Isaiah Wilson, the 5-star offensive lineman, top 10 player a couple years ago. Could he be making an impact with Michigan this year? A linebacker, Otis Reese last year. Could he be making an impact this year, next year? It seems like every year Michigan's 1 or 2 players, the top 25, top 50 players, those instant impact players, the Rashawn Gary types, the Shea Patterson types, that they miss out on to another school. You start getting those guys, you start getting those players to come to Michigan, start ending up with more top 5 classes than number 8, 9, 10, 12. I think you have the opportunity to compete for national championships. And you've got to have a modern offensive attack. The offensive attack Michigan has will not win a Big Ten or national title unless something drastically changes with the rules of college football. But think about next year. Think about the 2019 season. Ohio State might lose a lot of players. Michigan going to lose a lot of players. New head coach there at Ohio State. Will Michigan beat Ohio State in 2019? We're going to keep it really simple for this new Michigan Football Report YouTube community. Type Y for yes. We're going to beat them. Type N for no. The losing streak will continue. If you're watching on Facebook or my Twitter, just respond as well, yes or no, below in the comment. I want to know how you guys feel about the future of Michigan football. Will they beat Ohio State in 2019? Type Y for yes and type N for no. Hey there, Michigan football fans. Thanks so much for watching the Michigan Football Report. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We've got Michigan football news, rumors, recruiting information, and inside access to the Michigan football program. You ready for another Michigan football video? I got you hooked up right here. Go Blue.